You're
Well, it
totally embarrassed.
yeah,
Dick and Gail Collier say they took their good credit for granted.
it hits on your ego. I mean, you work all your life and you save and you're careful, and then all of a sudden, it's like, no credit. We can't get accepted for a car loan.
5 years ago, the Colliers started seeing big mistakes on their credit reports.
This is just my Experian book with their errors.
Gail's records are meticulous. She keeps binders, spreadsheets, and subscribes to a credit reporting service. Keeping track of her and her husband's credit report is like a full-time job. She estimates she spends 100 hours a month fighting for what's right.
You will hear that that's easy to do. Simply write a dispute letter. It does not work that way.
Generally, disputes are resolved by TransUnion within 30 days of receipt. However,
TransUnion will tell you the same thing. In fact, they have a video to tell you exactly how to dispute an error. And federal law mandates that all credit reporting agencies investigate any dispute.
It's a joke, the investigation that they do.
Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine and other attorneys general across the country have started a large-scale investigation into credit report errors that plague millions of consumers. The lobbying group that represents the big three credit bureaus would not confirm an attorney general investigation and would not comment for our report.
We've had people who can't buy a house, they can't buy a car, and they keep telling the reporting agency what the facts are, and they keep getting jerked around.
If you find an error, you're supposed to send a dispute letter with documentation. But critics say credit reporting agencies don't investigate claims thoroughly and don't fix mistakes on many reports.
I have investigators in the Attorney General's office. If one of them did that kind of investigation, he or she would not be working very long for me, I will tell you that.
Julie Miller.
Some people have filed federal lawsuits against the credit reporting agencies and won. Like Julie Miller, the Oregon woman, was awarded $18 million. But despite growing criticism of the credit reporting agencies, the system remains the same. DeWine says it's the price of doing business.
It's a system that makes them a lot of money, millions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. But it's a system that does not work very well for consumers.
It hasn't worked well for the Colliers. They had to turn to the AG's office for help, and the mistakes were fixed, or so they thought.
Within 6 weeks of those changes, changed right back to the wrong dates.
So the fight continues. Bottom line, check your credit report with the three credit bureaus every year. It's free. I have a link on WCPO.com. And if you find an error, start writing letters to get it corrected as soon as you can. That way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese, 9 on your side.